Let's get to the complaints this week, everybody. Some lady just absolutely lost her mind, hates my guts now, and won't listen to this podcast anymore. And I apologize to her, but she says she's not listening anymore. There's no way that she's listening, despite that she wrote like a 5-page email that I'm now going to read. She has a huge problem with me, everybody. So settle in. Want me to wait? You want to go down to the break room, go get yourself a little coffee cake? I can wait. I'm on vacation. I got nothing better to do. Go ahead. I'll wait. Fucking dog's been farting all day today. I don't know what its deal is, and it keeps looking at me like, dude, you got to help me out. And I keep going to take it outside, and then it just sniffs the grass. And then I bring it back in, it starts farting again, and it keeps looking at me like, dude, I'm really trying not to shit on your rug. Like, I mean, that's how I'm reading her face. I think that's what she's saying. I have no idea. So anyways, here we go. Subject, your podcast is hate speech. Oh, Jesus. Bill, you probably won't read this. Or if you do, you will just dismiss me as a stupid cunt whore. But no matter. See, right there, she's already draped herself in the I'm brave and I'm going to plow ahead flag. Your podcast, as of late, has morphed into hate speech. You used to be funny, and I could brush off your hateful comments with a cringe and a shrug. Now, wait a minute. If they were hateful right along, why would you... okay, let's just plow ahead. But now you've gone too far for me. To feature a segment on your podcast devoted to the deplorable behavior of women is intolerable. For those of you new to my podcast, I've been doing this segment, which I think is hilarious and needs to be done, just to get you caught up before this lady gives me both barrels here, because believe me, she does. There's a bunch of shows out there that shine a light on men who beat their women, those pieces of shit, right? Trying to stop them from that behavior. There's a bunch of shows out there that will talk about how, who are these guys, to say what a woman could do with their body. They'll talk about the glass ceiling, the old boys network, and all that type of stuff, and they shine a light on all of that. Okay? Which they should, because that is guys doing things that they should not be doing that is not fair to women. Okay? But my problem is not that they do that. My problem is that they never shine a light on shit that women do that is not fair to men. So recently, if I can drape myself in some sort of brave flag, I've been reading these stories about guys who are married. Their wife goes out, cheats on them, has unprotected sex, has a kid with another fucking guy, doesn't tell their husband, and that by the time he figures it out, he has to pay child support for a kid that isn't even his, and it's totally legal. And then I had the audacity to say that a woman who would do that to her husband is a cunt. Evidently, that's hateful speech towards all women, according to this person. All right? Because she continues. And oh, does she ever continue. To feature a segment on your podcast devoted to the deplorable behavior of women is intolerable. How is that any different than someone spending 20 minutes a week on a different podcast featuring the deplorable behavior of black people? Why do they always go to black people? That's just like calling me the N-word. This is no different than slavery. That's people in other groups always do that. Always do that. All right? Give me a goddamn break. All right? That she goes, women are, I mean, how is that different? How is what I'm doing any different by featuring a segment of women who are doing something absolutely reprehensible to men? How is that any different than a show that focuses on men doing anything reprehensible to women? When they show wife beaters, I don't look at that like, oh my God, they're saying I'm doing it too. I think, you know something? I really think you're being really selfish here. And the fact that you could sit here and listen to my podcast for this long as I've gone off on fat people. I mean, Jesus Christ, you want to talk about hate speech? How much shit have I talked about Peyton Manning, despite the fact I can't even throw a football? You know? If he sent me an email, I would understand. And I bet it wouldn't even be as crazy as this. She says women are treated like second-class citizens all over the world. When did I ever say they weren't? And even still in this country. Yet you have no problem inciting further hate and disgust towards your fellow human beings on this earth. How am I inciting hate? When shows show wife beaters, is that inciting hatred towards men? If you look at those shows and that makes you hate all men, then you're a moron. So basically what you're saying is that I'm a moron and that all my listeners are morons. That if I call a woman who cheats on her husband, has a baby with another guy, and makes her husband pay for that, if I call her a cunt, that means I'm calling all women cunts? You know, is that what you're saying? Are you saying we're all that stupid? She said, right now there are men, and that is written in capital letters, M-E-N, men, in this country still, capital S-T-I-L-L, discussing whether or not women should have the right to contraception and abortions. Yeah, I understand that. And those people freak me out. Those people freak me out, and I am a guy. And I've never said that a woman shouldn't have a right to that. So I don't know what you're talking about. This has nothing to do. I'm talking about these fucking whores that cheat on their husbands. Man, you know what I love about all this? How come you don't address what I talked about? How come I can't hear? What do you think about a woman who would do something like that? I saw a stat the other day that said 13% of kids in this country are not with their biological father. Meaning not just like, you know, that their wife got like divorced and then remarried. They mean like there's a guy either knows or doesn't know. Like the woman had a kid with somebody else while they were married. Like 13% of kids. I mean, that means 80% of women are on the up and up. All right? God bless them. They're angels. But that 13% needs to be taken to task. I mean, I mean, how many guys are beating women? I would guess it'd probably be right around that same, you know, maybe a little higher. I have no idea. Let's say it's 20, let's say 20% of guys beat their women. Should they not be called out and be called cowardly pieces of shit? You know, and if you call them cowardly piece of shit, would I have a right to sit there and look at that and be like, well, that's now you're inciting further hate and disgust toward all men? You're being really selfish here, man, because I go off on everybody. This podcast is over the top and it's crazy. I call guys cunts on this podcast, and you're being really selfish right now. And now you make this big long speech, and then you're going to take your ball and go home. Look at this. Look at all she's bringing up here. Women still earn only 70 cents for every dollar a man earns. I think you guys should make the same amount, but I also don't think that number is accurate. $77. 77 cents for every dollar that a man earns. Because if you include divorce settlements, you get to keep your 77 cents plus his 50%, his 50 cents. So then he's down to 50, and then you're up to $1.37. See, that's what I'm talking about right there. Go fuck yourself, you oversensitive jackass. Good Lord. Go buy a bigger bra. I don't know what your fucking problem is. I hope that bugged you, too, that I said that. That was deliberately supposed to be offensive, all right? So go fucking write a letter to fucking cunthair.com because I don't give a shit, all right? In short, we are still not equal to our male counterparts, and we will forever be labeled the weaker sex. Well, with that attitude, of course you will. You know? I don't think you're the weaker sex. I think that that's all a myth. I think that actually makes you stronger. You know, because guys are fucking idiots, and they think because they can do more push-ups than their woman that they're actually, you know, that makes them smarter. You know? I don't know. Oh, my fucking doorbell's ringing. Are you serious? Hang on a second. I got to go up here, and then I gotta read the rest of this. Hold on. All right, so I'm back. Little winded, but I'm back. So anyways, blah, 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 blah. It just keeps going on and on and on and on. Where the hell is it? Where the hell was I? Weaker sex, and then she tries to break me down psychologically about my mom not hugging me. If that's the case, then I'm sorry for you. I hate when people do that. It's like, you're not sorry for me. You hate me right now, okay? So stop acting like you're really sorry for me and you're showing some sort of empathy. You're not showing empathy. You're being really selfish. Like I said, I go off on everything here. I've never said that a woman should make the same amount an hour as a guy. I never said that a guy should be able to hit a woman. I've never said that. What the thing I'm trying to shine a light to is that some of these divorce settlements are absolutely fucking ridiculous. And that when a woman cheats on a guy and has a kid with another person, and then the poor sap who married her has to pay for that, you don't think that's fucked up? Howard Stern just did a great story on it last week. Somebody sent me an email. He did a story about a guy who was in that situation, and he refused to pay the child support, and they said, we're going to send you to jail. He's going to go to jail because his wife cheated on him, had unprotected sex. Hey, to hell with AIDS. Let's roll the dice with my husband's life, right? Has unprotected sex, has a kid. He doesn't realize it, figures it's his because it's his wife's pregnant. Why would he think that it's somebody else's? He starts making the payments. Next thing you know, he starts raising the kid, figures out it's not his kid, and has a natural reaction. I don't want to pay for that. And the law is just like, no, you have to pay for it. Let me ask you this, ma'am. Do you have any empathy for that? You seem to have all this empathy for women and women's issues. And like somehow I'm supposed to still respect you, despite the fact that you could give a fuck if there's injustices done on the other side. It doesn't make any sense. And I want to see, this is focusing on this issue. This is an issue for some reason that is just not talked about whatsoever. It's just sort of accepted. And I think it's absolutely deplorable. I think it's deplorable. So I have the right to talk about it. You know what I mean? And if you want to get offended and you want to be selfish and just be like, well, that isn't fair. What if I had a whole segment every week and all I did was talk about wife beaters? You know what? You'd probably send me an email. I just want you to tell you, I love your podcast even more. You are a hero to hear a man out there just letting these cowardly pieces of shit know that you'd be fucking over the moon about it. But now all of a sudden, I'm talking about women who are doing shit that you're not even doing. At what point in any of these stupid fucking rants that I've done have I ever said that all women are doing this? I never have. I never said that all women cheat on their husbands and have a kid out of wedlock. I didn't. All right? Do I make generalizations? Abso-fucking-lutely. It's a comedy. I paint with a broad brush. I'm fucking around, okay? Jesus fucking Christ. Stop being so goddamn selfish, okay? And if you don't want to listen to my podcast, don't listen to my podcast anymore. And other than that, go fuck yourself. I don't know. What she's doing is a pet peeve that I have. That happens to me sometimes when I do shows, and at the end of my shows, someone will come up to me and just be like, look, all right, here's this wonderful girl, and I say she's wonderful because she actually admitted that she was a psycho, because I actually emailed her and asked her, why do you only respond to male-female shit? And she sort of, in her own little cute way, admitted that she was a psycho, so I can't hate her. But anyways, this is her email. Hey, Bill, I love the clueless email questions from your male listeners. That's always a great way, by the way, to get the other people to listen to what you have to say. Right out of the gate, just start insulting them and talking down to them. He said the guy was asking, why is it never enough to please a woman? Since he and then she's referring to his email. She says, since he admits he isn't home a lot, I'm guessing his wife/girlfriend is doing all the dirty work for him. His laundry, cleaning, cooking, picking up after him, etc. All right, let's stop right there. She's doing all the dirty work. Let me ask you guys a question. Would you rather sit home doing laundry? First of all, laundry is the most overrated fucking chore ever. If you have laundry in your fucking apartment, what that takes all of a minute to load the fucking thing in. And if you're not colorblind, it probably takes 45 seconds to load it in. And then you go back to watching The Price is Right. Cleaning, cooking, picking up after him. I would rather do that than do what this other guy's doing. This other guy is working 60 hours a fucking week. Okay, let's move it. She's already made this assumption. Okay. Then she wants him to spend some time with him, and he comes up with something that he wanted to do. Just like when you took your girlfriend on that drive, all we heard about was the love story between you and the car. You were more excited about the car than anything. It was like you were on a date with the car, and your girlfriend just came along for the ride. Listen back to even the tone in your voice when you were talking about it. It's like you were talking about another woman. All right, you know something? I could sit around for 20 years trying to come up with the perfect paragraph to talk how insanely jealous and psychotic women are. They're jealous about an inanimate object. She's talking about a car. It's almost like you were talking about another woman. Lady, you are out of your fucking mind. You're out of your fucking mind. And you're totally ignoring the fact that I took her out to dinner. I took her out to lunch. I took her up for a ride up to Pacific Coast Highway. People fly out here as a vacation to do that. A lot of couples do that. And I'll tell you right now, they don't do it in a Corvette convertible. They do it in like a fucking, whatever, a Buick Century. Really? I mean, it literally is never enough. You're actually proving this guy's point. So she says, my husband does the same damn thing. I'm like, what can we do for fun today/tonight? And the only thing he can come up with are things that interest him. Well, what can you come up with? Can you come up with anything that doesn't interest yourself, you selfish cunt? You're doing the exact same fucking thing. And it's unbelievably selfish for you to sit here and have like a day that's for both of you, and it has to be 100% about you. Because what? You did some laundry? You lazy fuck? You know what women are? They're like adult children. That's what they are. They never get beyond. They're like juveniles. They're adults, but they still want to be treated like they're not of age. It's just fucking boggles my goddamn mind. She goes, I'd rather not do anything at all. I think it's selfish and obnoxious that everything we do has to have his interests before mine. So everything that they do should have your interests before his? You're right. Yeah, these fucking broads. They're out. See, this is my thing. This is why you should never get married. You should never be in a fucking relationship. You shouldn't, because they just constantly fucking hack away at your goddamn knees, and their idea of a relationship is that you do everything that they want to do. And right now, they're sitting there shaking their heads. They're going, no, no. Even the girl who wrote that's probably saying no. And there's a bunch of other women going like, I'm not like that. I'm not like that. I went to a ping pong convention. They always come up with some stupid ass fucking example. And at the end of the fucking day, you have to do everything that they do. You have to do what the fuck they want to do, or else they get mad. Okay? And that, my friend, is when jerking off comes into play. Because when you really break it down, what's the worst thing that they're going to do to you? They're not going to fuck you for a few days. Okay? And I got to be honest with you. Once you rub one out, who gives a fuck? And you have to have that clarity when your nuts are full. Do you know what I mean? Am I sounding like a fucking maniac here? I know I am. But you got to hear what this other woman wrote. And of course, I don't have it in front of me because I'm an idiot. Where the fuck is it? All right. I am writing to comment on the why it is never enough discussion on your last episode. I'll start by saying that the guy that wrote in, and to a slightly lesser extent you, come off as total douches. Let me explain my view of the writer's situation? Oh, I guess the guy sent the email. And yes, I am one of those manipulative, selfish creatures known as women. Yeah, you are. What, you called yourself out on it? Now I'm supposed to, was I supposed to like read that and be like, wow, I really am too harsh on women? See, you're like trying to manipulate me with your fucking bullshit already. Okay, here we go. I don't remember the names, so I'll call him Bob and his wife Sally. Bob neglects Sally. A huge fuck up on Bob's part. Now let's get back to the detail here. He's neglecting her. What is he? Is he out at the bar chasing other women? This guy is out working his fucking ass off. This is the thing that women don't understand. What they don't understand is, this is, maybe I'm being a moron again, or a douche, as this lady says. I think a lot of women don't understand what it takes to be successful. What it takes is sacrifice. And in your 20s, you have to work your fucking ass off. That's what I did for 5 years. My first 5 years in this fucking business, I had no girlfriend. I had no social life. I had nothing. All I was doing shows and fucking rubbing one out. That's what the fuck I did every goddamn day. I went to work. I was writing jokes at work. And at night, I got in a piece of shit car. And I would sometimes drive to another fucking state. And you know why I had no girlfriend during that time? Because none of them could understand what I had to do to get where I am today. All of them were giving me shit. You're doing stand-up again tonight? Do you realize how many Richard Pryors are fucking working at a Home Depot or Jimi Hendrix because they hooked up with the wrong fucking twat who talked them out of their goddamn dream because they didn't want to hear it? Because they said you needed some sort of responsibility. This fucking guy is doing the right thing, and she's calling him selfish. He's at work busting his ass, trying to get ahead. So when he's 40, he's not a fucking loser. And he has, see, and they all want the fucking house. They all want it fucking yesterday, but they don't want to get through the bullshit of it. They don't want to go through the bullshit of it where you actually have to not see him for a little while because he's out working. So anyways, huge fuck up on his part to be busting his goddamn ass. So he says, Bob decides to make it up to her by taking her to see your live show. She says, which is awesome. And a dinner, which is pretty standard. This is how out of control women are. She's getting a free fucking meal. And they're so spoiled as a sex that she describes a free fucking meal as standard. Do you know what I have to do as a man to get a free meal? I have to win like a radio contest. You know, I got to call up this radio station and imitate the local sports guy. And I have to beat out all these other fucking guys who are... I haven't had a free meal since I was 8 years old and my parents took me to McDonald's or whatever, maybe 13, 14. Women are so fucking spoiled that this guy is busting his ass at work. That's viewed as selfish. He's buying this girl a free dinner and it's viewed as standard. They're out of their fucking mind. So anyway, she goes, Sally basically tells her friends, who may or may not know that Bob has been fucking up. Once again, Bob is fucking up because he's busting his ass at work. So when they're 40, they're going to be on easy street. He's fucking up right now. These same bitches who make you fucking, not chase your dream, leave you when you're 38 because you're a fucking loser. Right? All right. I love generalizing. It really gets these twats, cunt hairs in a fucking... I can't even finish that sentence. That was so evil. All right, let's plow ahead. Who may or may not know that Bob has been fucking up, that this night out is not what she had in mind, but she is taking what she can get, playing the victim. Oh, the poor baby. She's taking what she got, a free meal. She's just taking what she can get. And she's getting a show, to come out to my show, one of the best fucking comedians in the country. You like that? I'm talking shit. It's football Sunday. And plus I'm reading the Ric Flair. The best comic on the biggest hill. Bob gets upset and determines that no one has ever or will ever be able to please any female. Code for why should he even make an effort to make his wife happy in their marriage. That's not code for that. That's how you read into it. You've never met Bob. You've made all kinds of assumptions here. Poor Bob. Bob's douchery becomes crystal clear when he says something to the effect of, this whole night out was supposed to be about her. This is classic male privilege wankery. But I realize this is hard for you and Bob to see, so I'm here to help. I'll try to make it simple. When you piss off your wife, bringing her along to a show you already wanted to go to and that she is only mildly interested in, then being a little scrotum about it when is underwhelmed by the fact that you are actually making an effort to go out with her, which is what you should have been doing as a matter of course, is not the way to go. Oh my God. I mean, the arrogance in this. I love people who are arrogant and they're calling you out for being arrogant. Bringing her to a show. Do you understand? I'm going to stop being a jerk here because maybe I can actually convince a couple women. Do you understand what it takes? Actually, I've been generalizing. There are women out there who understand what it takes to become successful. And I guarantee you most of them are not in relationships. And they have a difficult time being in relationships. Because the guy they're with wants to go home and play fucking footsie or wants her around. And doesn't understand that these are the years where she has to bust her ass to get where the fuck she's going to be. So, lady, both of you guys are 100% wrong. I could see if this guy was out drinking with his buddies, if this guy was out fucking around on her, or if he was just sitting there staring at the TV watching football and not paying attention to her when he brings her out, yeah, then I could see that he should have some sort of mini all-about-you wedding day for her, okay? But if this guy is busting his ass at fucking work, okay, he's not going out having a good time either. So he should be allowed to have some sort of enjoyment. You understand? He should be able to enjoy some of the day, some of the night also. And this is another thing that you haven't even brought up. How much of the rent do you think he's fucking paying? I'd be willing to bet that he's paying more than she is. A lot of guys are in that situation too, when you get this the adult child version of a fucking woman. I'm telling you. You women, I'm telling you, the two who wrote in, you're way out of line on this one. I'm not even trying to be funny right now. You're 100% in the fucking wrong here. You're being selfish, beyond fucking selfish. This guy is at work. He's busting his ass trying to get ahead. Do you think this guy wants to fucking work 60 hours a week? Nobody dreams about doing that. Why do you think he's doing that? He's trying to become successful. You know, so the next time you're, like I said, if this guy had been fucking around, or if this guy had been sitting there watching, sports and not paying attention to you and hadn't given you a compliment since you could fucking remember, yeah, then I could understand. You know what I mean? Taking you to the whatever the fuck you wanted to go to. But for you to sit there and this guy spends his hard-earned fucking money, takes you out to dinner, okay? Which you got to understand is not standard. Okay? And how fucking spoiled are you that you think that is standard? I got the fucking hiccups here. I'm so goddamn upset. You guys are 100% wrong. And if any of you broads out there want to try to come out and support these two girls, I mean, go for it, because I don't see how they're wrong. This guy did nothing wrong. He took her out to go see a show. It's just, what it is? Stand-up comedy is not respected. It isn't. If he took you out to see a Broadway show or a fucking musical or I guess that's the same thing. I don't know what. I guess if he took you out for dinner and a movie. I love how like guys always have to show some sort of imagination. It's standard. It was just imagination. We like surprises. And it's like, when was the last time your girl actually showed any fucking imagination? Bill, my wife and I are both workout people. Triathlons, half marathons, etc. You guys are going to get his and her hip replacements in your fucking early 60s. Last year, we started attending a class. Oh, dude, this is fucked up. I remember this one. Last year, we started attending a class to help with this. Or working out. And the instructor seemed like a good shit. We got along great, and he works for the same company we do. This is a huge company in, I'm not going to say where. So it's not like he sits next to me or something. Anyway, we really enjoyed this guy's class, and he would email all the people that took the class regularly, telling them what they needed for that day's class: weights, a mat, jump rope, etc. It's P90X oriented. So since we were both on the mailing list, we knew his email address. I started to see things happening. My wife was emailing him a lot. He was emailing her a lot. It was a conversation between them via work email, which is okay, I guess. But then they started texting each other. Oh, Jesus. And it was frequent. I'd come downstairs and hear her phone snap shut, and I'd say, "Who are you talking to?" She would always say, "No one," or "Just checking my messages," etc. Being that I'm a system engineer in technology, I called bullshit and proceeded to capture her passwords on the laptop downstairs. Jesus Christ. He goes, "I know, but I wanted to see what was up." So I got her password, logged into her phone account online, and lo and behold, she was texting this guy back and forth. First of all, dude, how did you capture her password? This is why I don't bank online. I don't do any of that shit. It's a secure site. No, it isn't. Anyways, so he finds out that she's texting this dude. Both of them are texting back and forth. And he says, "I'm not just saying during the day a few times. I'm saying throughout the day and up until 11 p.m. at night. Even after midnight and while I'm lying in bed next to her. She would always get pissed if I said anything about who the fuck are you talking to at 11 p.m. We became mutual friends with this person from the start, and I asked some girls I knew and some guys that both knew him, and they both said, "Yeah, you need to address it." So I called the dude one night and pretty much said, "Stop fucking texting my wife at night. Or you and I are going to have a problem." And he immediately shut it down. This guy's 5'7", 150 pounds, and not some stud or anything. I'm 6'1", 200 pounds, and could easily stomp his ass out. He's an endurance runner, not some super jack guy. He immediately stopped, and every time I saw him in the locker room or the gym, he was very cautious around me and way too nice, almost like it was his way of saying sorry. Oof. Everything stopped after that. My question is, was I right doing this? Addressing it with him. Basically, texting has blurred the lines between what's okay and what's not. Guys and girls always say, oh, it was just a text, but no big deal. But I think that's horseshit. It's the same as a phone call to me. So if you want to call my wife while I'm in bed with her, go for it. But they won't. Texting is a bitch move, which is why so many people get busted doing it. If they want to email each other at work and discuss workout routines, I get it. But having that instant connection through your phone, no matter where they are, is a little odd, especially while I'm in bed right next to her. Am I wrong for putting this bitch in line and telling him to stop it? Yeah, dude. You know what? The only reason why you're asking me if you're wrong is because you busted your fucking wife, and right now she's mind-fucking you, manipulating you, trying to get you. She's basically almost done it. Almost flipped it around. You're actually questioning, am I fucking wrong for fucking catching my wife texting with this other guy at 11 o'clock at night? There's only one reason you text somebody at 11 o'clock at night. Two reasons. Either you ran out of gas or you're trying to fuck them. That's the only two reasons people text at that fucking hour of the night. He's trying to fuck your wife. All right? And I don't know what's up with your wife. Okay? Because you're going, who are you texting? Oh, nobody. Right there, the fact that she goes, oh, nobody, and slams the fucking phone shut. Right there, she knows she's doing something that ain't fucking cool. Now, this is a very fucking touchy subject, all right? Because this involves the woman cheating. And guys solve problems with violence. So I'm not trying to fucking egg you on here, sir, but you definitely did the right thing. And that's really a what the fuck situation that you're in. That ain't fucking cool, all right? I'm going to step outside of your situation now, sir, all right? Other than say that you 100% did the right thing, and do not let her fucking worm her way out of it. All right? Personally speaking now. Now I'm talking about me. I'm stepping away from this story. If I caught my girl doing it, that's a fucking wrap. It's over. The relationship is fucking over. Go fuck yourself. All right? It's over. It's over. I know where the fuck this is going. I know where the hell this is leading. What the fuck are you texting this guy for at 11 o'clock at night? You want to suck his dick? Why? What is he telling you how to do the perfect jumping jack at 11:30 at night? He couldn't tell you that at 4? He has to email you, text you fucking 9,000 times during the course of the day to tell you how to do a fucking push-up? Give me a fucking break. You're flirting with this guy. You want to fuck him. So, relationship is over. Happy fucking. Bum-ba-dee-da, 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 right? Happy trails to you. Get the fuck out of here. It's over. That's how you got to handle that thing. The same way fucking Kobe's wife when she busted him cheating. Rather than taking that big Tweety Bird diamond that she got from him, right there, the relationship, it's fucking over. It's fucking over. Trust is gone. It's fucking over. But he's worth hundreds of millions of dollars, which for some reason she's entitled to half of it. So she stuck around. She stuck around. Put in her 10 years. Now he has to pay for her fucking life. For the rest of her life, he has to fucking support her like she's a goddamn child, and it's legal. Somebody please justify that. I'll never get over it, people. I'll keep going back to it till one of you motherfuckers can morally justify the reasoning behind that fucking law. Please stop wasting my time by telling me what the law is and speculating, well, if the tables were flipped, Kobe would have done it. I'm not saying who would have done what. I'm saying morally. Tell me the reasoning behind that fucking law. Okay? The only thing I can think of is that back in the day, guys would start families and then jump on the horse and say, I'm fucking out of here, and they just left. And then you had this poor woman with 4 kids, and they were in poverty. I get that. You want to fucking avoid that, okay? If that's what if you're going to try and justify it that way, I get it. But what I would like to introduce is a new modification of that law where there's some sort of salary cap, okay? I don't think just because you married somebody who's rich, man or woman,
that gives you the fucking right to sit on your goddamn ass for the rest of your fucking life and get arrogant license plates saying his money, her money. I didn't pay for it. Ha, ha, ha. I mean, right there, you wonder why people get killed. That's the kind of shit right there. That's 2 minutes for instigating right there if he comes over and fucking slaps the goddamn spit out of your mouth. Why did you do it? Look at her license plate, Your Honor. Yeah, you know what? That makes sense. The fuck is wrong with you? What do you have that license plate for? That's not how it works. I don't care that she's being a cunt. That's no excuse for treating her like one.
This isn't really, well, this is about this guy. He remember I told you that story about that dude. He worked for some corporation, Sea Cubicles, all right? And I'm sure he's on some sort of team.
Right.
And everybody has to do some sort of song before they go in there, like those poor kids who
Morale
work at
building exercises.
Yeah, like those people who work at the Cold Stone Creamery. You ever see them with making like the goddamn ice cream going hi ho, hi ho.
Yeah.
It's off to work. I just that like a part of me dies when I see that. When I just see people like it's like basically watching someone work in like an ice cream death camp when I'm in there. None of them are happy. None of them dreamed of doing that.
Ice cream death camp.
Maybe if you're like a fatty, you know, when you got a job at an ice cream store, kind of like a pedophile getting a job at like a Cub Scout camp.
Wow.
You know? Isn't that where they always end up? I love working with kids.
Oh, God.
You know? I said that last week. Follow your dreams unless you're a pedophile.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So then using that, I shouldn't say that I have a problem with fatties working in the ice cream store. Let's get to this shit. So anyways, so they're going to get everybody in shape. So they hire some sort of personal trainer, and he's training everybody. All right? And what he does is he gets everybody's emails.
Right.
Great move on this guy's part. Fucking great move. Now he doesn't have to deal with them face to face. And if there's any fucking hotties he wants to bang, he can take it to the next level.
Sure.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's how you do it.
Okay.
Shooting fish in a fucking barrel, or
Okay.
fishing barrels in a shooting gallery. So, anyways, so all of a sudden this guy notices that he gets one text going, "Hey Brad, just do a couple more jumping jacks and you should be fine." But for some reason, his little hottie wife has to get like 40 fucking texts from this guy at like 11:30 at night.
I do remember this.
Yeah.
So he and his wife work at the same place, obviously.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Work
Okay.
at the same place, right? So he fucking he finds out about he keeps
Yes.
asking his wife.
I remember this. Okay.
All right. Well, I'm going to recap for people who didn't listen
of
last
course.
week. All right. So he keeps he keeps catching his wife late at night texting, going, and he goes, "Who are you texting?" And she would immediately slam the phone shut because she's got a flip phone, evidently, and would say nobody. Either would say nobody or would get mad and say nobody.
Right.
So this guy's not a moron. He figures out something's up.
Sure.
He's into some sort of fucking Spygate shit where he's at. He hacks into her thing, gets her password, and sees that all these text messages back and forth to the trainer. So what does he do? He's a goddamn man. Does he slap his fucking wife around? No. He goes right to the trainer and says, "Hey,"
Slaps him around.
and says, "Hey, sport." No, because you get sued. You get sued for that now. You get sued for kicking somebody's ass when you're right.
Yeah.
He goes, "Hey, sport, why don't you do me a favor and stop texting my fucking wife in all hours of the night?" So then Sporto there immediately starts acting like a bitch around him, starts acting overly nice, like, what all guilty people do.
Right,
If he was
yeah.
innocent, he would have got mad.
Sure.
Be like, "Dude, what the fuck are you talking about? I always text people about how to make their core stronger at 2 a.m. I'm dedicated. Maybe you should be inspired by what I'm doing. I specifically am interested in women having a strong core because they're so beaten down in society." He would have come back with some shit like that, but he didn't. Now he's all like, "Hey, man, how are you?" With this
Right.
whole, "Please don't beat the shit out of me and expose me for being the dirtbag I am so I lose this giant money-making client here," right? Yeah. So anyways, she denies the whole fucking thing. So he sent a couple of texts that this girl wrote. They were talking about the Beatles, and he writes, "All those damn Beatles songs make my stomach hurt when I listen to them because it reminds me of getting ready to go see you. They give me anxiety." This is what the trainer is writing to this guy's wife. Now, what sort of exercise are they talking about there? Is that what is that? Is that push-ups? So then she writes back, "All the lonely people, where do they all belong?"
Oh, God.
Right? And then he said, I remember you asking me if I related to that song, to you because I thought you were lonely. He's talking about our fucking marriage.
Yeah.
Oh, this guy. This guy's a dirtbag.
It's the classic.
I love him.
Love
him.
It's the classic. He listens to me.
Yeah. Oh, this guy, he's just
He
saying
listens
everything.
to me. We talk about music,
Yeah.
my feelings.
Oh, yeah.
My husband doesn't do that.
Right. And what it
He
is
ignores
his
me.
dick is downloading all the knowledge in this guy's brain that he has about human beings, and he's just giving her, and the dick is just is basically sitting in the Captain Kirk chair. He's just fucking anything she wants to hear. So anyways,
Sure.
then he write another one. He said, I know, fuck my life. I wear my fuck my life to sleep, and I have a confession to make. I also wear your panties. She goes, LOL, shut up. He writes, it's true. So, I don't know what kind of fucking shit this guy's into, but the real question is not whether or not that's socially acceptable. The real question is, how did he get this married woman's panties? He at least finger blasted her. Would you go with me on that?
I mean, maybe he's just saying that to be just like controversial. Or
That's what I
something.
thought.
Like
but
to
she
be-
goes, LOL, shut up. He goes, it's true.
Yeah, but he just still may be joking.
Were you talking to the
around.
mic?
Oh, he may just still be joking around. But if he
It's
is wearing,
true.
but if he is, she gave it to him. How else would he have him? And they're
I know.
talking about
All
the
right.
Beatles and
Whatever.
shit. She
Whatever.
gave it to him. If it's
Okay.
true.
Okay, so well, that's basically what I'm saying. So
Okay.
he's got her fucking panties. They're both adults. I'm guessing by this she's like in her 30s. What is he doing? Fingering her and taking her out for a malt? He's banging her. He fucking banged her. This fucking piece of shit. Who'd be a great movie kid. This is a great character for a fucking movie. So anyways, he said, and this is what he said. His wife, she's still denying this whole conversation ever happened. She's just in complete, obviously, denial. She's in denial. He said, I'm dumping her, not for the reminiscing talk, but for but for lying to me.
He's not interested in trying to.
Please say that, Nia, and I swear to God, I'm going to throw my computer at you. I will throw this fucking computer at you. Are you fucking... He's not interested in what?
I don't know. Working it out. Don't throw it at me.
No. Go ahead. I'm just going to leave you in dead silence. Go ahead. Tell me...
No. I don't know. No, he's well within his right. I was just posing a question. That's all.
Well within his right.
I don't understand why she doesn't just fess up then.
All right,
Like, if she
that's a
wants
whole
to be
nother
with this other
topic. That's a
guy.
whole other topic. I mean, what,
I just feel
what-
like no. You know what
what
it
is
is?
the
I
move
feel like
here?
something's. I
What
just
is
feel
the
like,
move here
I
other
feel like
than
a part of
walking
the story
away?
is missing. No, I feel like part of the story is missing or something.
What, the video of them fucking? Is that what's missing? What else
No,
is
I
missing?
guess if he's like, hey,
Ow,
you're-
Nia, if you start blaming him for not paying attention and that's why
I'm
she's
not.
fucking this
No,
guy,
no,
I
no,
will
no,
I will
no,
fucking throw you out of this room. All right.
No, I'm not. Calm down. That's not what I'm doing. I'm just saying. So he says to her, "Are you cheating on? Are you fucking this guy?" And she's like, "No, shut up. What are you talking about?" Like, and she just flat out deny. I don't understand how she can flat out deny something as hardcore.
'Cause she's a
as
piece of
text.
shit.
That's why I'm saying.
Because she's a lying
what
piece
is
of
going
shit.
on?
Nia.
Yeah, but if you have something and you're like looking at it, like this is what you wrote, how are you denying it?
Because that's what denial is. You're totally in denial. I don't have a
Okay.
drinking problem. Is you fucking drinking NyQuil? I think it tastes good. I don't have a problem.
Right. Yeah.
I
guess so.
like sleeping. You know?
Yeah.
You know what it is? I'm just making sure you keep speaking to the mic. This is what you keep doing. I want people to hear what you have to say.
Oh, okay. All right.
But this is good shit.
And I'm ruining it?
No, you're saying it off mic. Good fucking Lord. You know what kills me? Is you was still, like, it's just, I don't know. I'm gonna piss you off right now. You ladies will defend,
Why?
because you guys defend each other. Like right there.
I'm not
if a
defending
guy
her.
did that.
I'm not defending her.
Well, can I get out what I'm going to say? If a guy did that shit, you'd be like, dump his ass. Girl, he's a fucking loser. You can do better than that. Call me. We'll eat a little moon pie. I'll build you up. That's what the fuck you would have done. But because, yeah, I just feel like some part of the story is missing. Like, what is missing?
I guess nothing.
Thank you, Nia. Thank you for being on the podcast.
Yeah. Is that what you wanted?
Yeah,
you just
it took-
wanted me
it
to
took a
come
good-
on
it
and
took
agree with you?
A good fucking 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Not agree with me. Agree with the decision this guy made. This isn't about me, Nia. Please. Okay? I'm just a messenger here.
Sure.
You know? I'm just trying to do. I'm just trying to do
sucks
what's
for that
right out
guy
here.
because it's very clear what's happening, and you got someone who's just like, I don't know what you're talking about.
All right, here's the deal, man or woman. If the person you're with is texting past, I would even for regular people who aren't in show business.
The booty hour starts after 11, I would say.
After 11?
Yeah.
Okay, but that's with somebody you're already fucking. Okay. I know you don't understand it because you don't have to talk yourself into it, guys. We have to spin the plates from the second we meet her all the way through. So you got to be setting it up.
Okay, I've always
7:30 is too creepy and stalkerish, and I would say you start going past 9:30, she's gonna feel like she's some sort of tramp. If you haven't fucked her yet, right? So there's that window. About 8:15 to about 9:07. You have to do the setup text. Okay, and the setup text is not talking about pussy. It's I'm watching blah, blah, blah on TV. So-and-so is so ridiculous. Some sort of fucking just to get it going. You know what I mean?
Right. Something that seems very benign.
Yeah, like a boxer. You feel him out in the first round.
Or the Beatles.
Yeah, you don't load it up, right? You're feeling it up. Yeah, that's what they're doing.
Right.
This fucking guy. This guy. You know something? As much of a piece of shit as that guy is, if he writes a book, I would read it in a second.
Why?
Because he's got great. I mean, the position he has. That's like when I used to take that yoga class when I was out here, and there was that guy out in Santa Monica, and he was a phenomenal fucking teacher.
Right.
And this place was jam packed, and it was by donation only. So then, for tax purposes, I think he falls under a church. I know it helped him with taxes, and it's all in cash, so it's all good. All right? And then the hottest fucking women, some of the hottest women ever move out to L.A. to become actresses, okay? Yeah. He's got him in his class, getting them all stretched out before he bangs them. It was one of the greatest. It was fucking airtight.
Yeah.
And he would go around the class, and somehow me, having never touched my toes since I was in the womb, was somehow always doing every position correctly, yet all these other hotties always needed to be adjusted.
Yeah.
Right around the psoas. So I don't get mad at a guy who's got a good thing, but you know, stay away from the fucking married ladies.
Yes, absolutely.